Welcome back. Greetings, internet. I've kept up the tradition of saying greetings, internet, nearly every single video. You guys need to call me out when I forget, because that's something we just, can't lose. I'm also buttoning one of my buttons because it's not a free show over here, keeping it classy. I'm going on a first date in an hour and 25 minutes, and I'm excited. It's a coffee date. I've already had a lot of coffee this morning in preparation for the date, so this should be fun, but I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be good. And my strategy to fight the nervousness buildup, the freak out that builds up in you before you go on a date, my strategy of fighting that is to distract myself as much as possible before the date, so I'm not sitting and waiting and wishing, Jack Johnson song reference, that I'm not going on the date. Like I, try to cancel last minute or something because I'm freaking out, having an anxiety attack. Like that happens. It's very natural, very normal. So I decided I would do a getting ready video before because it occupies me and I can talk to someone, aka you guys, before, and I'm not as nervous. So that's what we're doing today. I'm gonna do my makeup. I'm gonna chat with you guys about just things in my life. I'm not doing a Q&A. I'm just coming up with things like on the fly, just as I would if I was sitting across from someone, getting brunch and catching up with mimosas or something. And it'll actually prep and prime me for this date. I'll be ready to chat, So, oh my gosh, that was really weird. I swear, like there's no fan on. And I have this like fake tree and this branch just went like, whew. That was really weird. Oh my God, I think there's a spirit in here. I think there's a ghost. The ghost of all of my situationship pasts, or the past situationships I've been in. That was really freaking spooky. Anyway, we're gonna do the video today. I'm gonna talk you guys through my makeup a little bit here and there. I actually really need lip balm really quick, so let me get lip balm before we dive into this, but I have some good stuff to chat about. Unwind, chill, put me on your TV, fold some laundry. It's gonna be a good one. I'm gonna get deep with you guys, but also like silly deep, it's kind of like my style. Okay. My Laneige sleep mask. I'm working with second day hair here. I'm trying to find new ways to style this hair length. I think in the summer I'll be more inspired. I think in the summer, I always say this, like, oh, when it's warmer, I'll be better. The winter uglies will fade away and I'll just feel like a hot piece of ass. But I don't know, I feel like it's just like, you're always wishing for something you don't have, obviously. So I met this guy on Hinge and he seems like a really nice, like has his shit together guy. He's a few years older than me. How old? He's like 4 years older than me, which is nice. It's gonna be interesting. I typically go for guys my age or actually like younger sometimes. I need to see the full buffet of New York City. I need to see it all and like see a bunch of different dishes before I decide what my main is gonna be. You know what I mean? It's like when you have that prefix menu and you have to choose the entree. It's tough to choose the entree sometimes because sometimes it's like all of them look good and I don't know which one, so I have to just get out there, get my boots dirty, get my hands dirty. What's the boot analogy? Where'd that come from? Anyway, so let's just do some makeup. And yeah, but as you guys know, I just wrapped up my apartment hunting journey. If you guys don't know, look at my last video. I found the apartment. I'm moving in a month and a half. I'm so excited to be a West Village girly, but I've actually found a lot of similarities between dating and apartment hunting. And this is not like the first time anyone's made this connection. I know Carrie Bradshaw in an episode of Sex and the City, she said, in New York, you're always looking for a job, an apartment, or a boyfriend, or something like that. I don't know the exact quote, I'll find it. But yeah, it's like they're kind of all in similar categories because they're things that take up a lot of your energy and time. So you have to make obviously wise decisions and hire and fire in all three categories when needed. I'm firing this apartment, hiring a new one, hire and fire as needed in your life. Yeah. You just need to do that. I think the reason why it's so similar, such a similar process of apartment hunting and dating, is because you're trying to look so critically at something. But it's interesting because you're looking at an apartment oftentimes with no furniture in it, or someone's furniture that isn't yours. And you're trying to visualize your furniture in the apartment. And it's so hard because you're like, oh, like maybe this will work, but you're not really sure. And when you're dating, you're trying to visualize yourself like in that person's life or them in your life rather. And it's like you still just don't know till you do it. There's just so many question marks, and that's why you have to continuously get out there and see more apartment listings, see more people, so you can get kind of a clear picture of where you fit best and what fits best in your life. And like, it's just such, oh, it's crazy because you always look back, you're like, what if I had chosen that one? What if I had gone down that path? And like, you just can't do that. You can't do it because right now you're moving forward. Like, I woke up this morning, I actually had a dream last night about this guy that I was seeing in like college, late college, but I knew him from high school. I talked about him in another Q&A. He just got married, and I like, for some reason, he keeps just popping into my dreams, and it's so disrespectful. Whoever is inventing my dreams, stop that shit, because I'm over it. I don't know why. I guess maybe I'm not, and that's why he keeps popping up. But it's one of those things where like the ghosts from the past, like they'll find their way to try to visit you. Maybe that was him visiting me with the tree. But you just gotta keep moving forward, and it pains me to say this, but you also can't skip chapters. Like the same way that you can't really go back. You might be able to revisit things from the past, but I mean, personally, I don't suggest it, at least the people that I have in my roster. But in terms of moving forward, it's like I'm such a show skipper, if you guys know what I mean. Like, I skip parts of shows because I want to see what happens in the end, or I'll like skip episodes. Like, I'm literally the worst. I also live alone, so like no one's gonna yell at me if I do it. And in life, you can't do that. You just gotta take each day as it comes, take each date as it comes. Let me actually try to do my makeup now. I'm gonna wet my beauty blender and get started with the makeup, because imagine I'm late for this date and he asks me why, and I'm like, oh, I was filming a YouTube video about you, or dating and makeup, and did a bad job. Anyway, let me wet my sponge. It's giving Barefoot Contessa, this shirt. If you know, you know. I just realized this. I love like a big shirt to get ready in, because then you don't have to put it over your head when you're putting your outfit on, which I'm wearing this like berry colored sweater dress. I know people have things to say about like Saturday dates and like daytime dates in general, but I kind of like the idea because it's easy to get out after, or it's easy to leave, if that makes sense. Like, it's easy to be like, oh, it's Saturday, I have plans with my friends after this, and like there's a hard stop. Like, it's not after I'm like really tired. Like, I had a great night's sleep. Normally I'd just be sitting here watching TV. So we're going to this place called Two Hands. It's a like brunchy sort of place. I'm not gonna eat though. I don't really know what it is. It's not that I'm afraid to eat in front of people, which I know is a very valid fear that people have. But I just think when you eat and like you're getting food, especially in New York, it's like kind of expensive. And if it's a first date and, you know, I offer to split the check or whatever, and he ends up paying, I feel a little bit guilty if I don't want to see him again, you know, that he paid for like a full-on meal. And the first date is a pretty dead giveaway for me if I want to see them again or not, obviously, as is many people's opinion. Like, you can kind of get a vibe. What I look for on a first date, you know, my first apartment viewing, the first time I see a space, the first time I see a person, is I focus on what the person does and not so much on what the person says. Like, yeah, there should be obviously like a good banter, a good repartee. Is that it? Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't really know what word I'm looking for. Just like a good energy. My pillars, like what I look for when I'm on a date or in a person in general, I look for, are they passionate about something? Like, do they like their job? Are they passionate about it? If they don't love their job, are they passionate about something else that they're actively pursuing? Not just like a pipe dream that they might do, they might not do. Like, the most successful people in life, like, yeah, maybe they didn't accomplish the thing that made them the most successful till like their 30s, their 40s, that's perfectly fine. But in the meantime, they were trying for something. And perhaps people thought they were a little bit crazy or weird for being obsessed with that thing. And that's something that's like really attractive to me, honestly. Like, something like that is attractive to me. I also look for, does this person have like an established friend group or people that they spend time with that, like, in theory, if we were to be consistent or serious, I wouldn't be the only thing filling their time. Like, I don't want that. I want someone who has legs to stand on their own and doesn't require me as a crutch. And like, if they're bored, like, needs me, because I'm a busy person. I really value my alone time. and I can't have someone on top of me all the time suffocating me, at least in the beginning of a situation. And it just like, I think it only really makes sense if they've just moved to New York or wherever you are and they're starting to get their footing. And it's like, obviously if you've just moved somewhere, it's okay to not have like a million friends off the bat. Like it's actually pretty normal to not. But like, I feel like it is a red flag if they don't have a friend group. Even if you end up in a place where your college friends might not be, like that doesn't mean you can't make friends other ways. Like I'm in a book club. I make friends like literally just sliding in people's DMs. I actually went on a friend date a few days ago with my neighbor. I met one of my neighbors and her name is Lily. We went on a date, like a friend date. We went and got dinner and drinks and it was so rewarding. Like you just talk to people and you will like, it's harder for some people. I understand like social anxiety is a real thing. I even experience social anxiety some days like more than other days, and that's just something that I do struggle with, so I get it. But there are ways to make friends, especially in a big city like New York. Like you can feel alone sometimes, but it just takes like moments of extreme courage. You can create a friend group. So if a guy doesn't have that, I'm like, why not? You know? Might say something about his character or his ability to like connect with people, which is important to me. All right, I'm trying to make sure my face is not too dark. I think it might be. Let me check. All right, not too bad. We're doing okay, guys. We're doing okay. I'm just gonna blend it into my neck a little bit. I get so nervous about my face not matching. I do want to talk a little bit more about that friend date that I went on because it was honestly the cutest, most special thing that I've done. And I was really proud of myself for doing it because it is like, I know I just made a whole point of saying it's easy to make friends, or like it's possible. I don't want to say it's easy because it's not easy to make friends as an adult. Like it takes a special amount of effort that maybe you didn't have to exert back in college. I've talked about this before. Like I've talked about this a lot of times, how making friends is tricky, but it's very possible. And there's something so rewarding about making a friend and realizing it was because of the work that you put in, or like the getting out of your comfort zone element of it. So what happened pretty much was actually she slid in my DMs, but I initiated that we would go out and do something. So she slid in my DMs because she saw my apartment like on TikTok or something, or had like followed me. I don't really know the exact situation, but she slid in because I was talking about selling furniture when I move. And she was like, wait, I literally live in your building, not to be creepy. She's like, I don't want to be creepy, but like our layouts are the exact same. So it's very easy to tell that we live in the same building. So she slid in my DMs. I did like a pretty intense background check on her to make sure she was legit. Figured out she was legit and not lying about it. But you know, you can't be too careful. Can never be too careful. So figured that out. Then I was like, oh, of course, like when I move, I'll, you know, let you know about the furniture I'm selling because it'd be perfect in your layout. And I'm like, but also like, do you want to get drinks sometime? Like, it's always great to have friends in the building, even though I'm moving. It's just great to have friends in general, and that's like a perfect in. Like if you hit it off with a neighbor. So we planned on going to a place like right near us. We went to dinner, got some wine, and chatted, and it's actually the craziest thing. Like I thought it was like, I'm not extremely spiritual, but I do think like this happened for a reason. I really do, because we had so many strange similarities. Like our birthdays are 2 days apart. We're born the same year, same age, exactly. What else? Both of our younger sisters are teachers. Her boyfriend's name is actually my dad's name. There's like a bunch of like strange coincidences, and I don't remember. There was like one more big one that I can't recall, but we just like hit it off. Our energies just like clicked so well. I'm like, wow, so this is great. Love a friend date. Why can't I have this sort of experience on like an actual romantic date? Yeah, like we were like finishing each other's sentences, and I'm like, okay, I'm good bonding with the friends. Like friends, low stakes dates. I think I just need to treat every date I go on like it's just a friend date, because maybe then I'll like be a bit more chill, a bit more relaxed, you know? And just like that, I made a new friend in the city. And making new friends, it's hard, but it's like so special. Like humans are wired for connection. We know this. That is why I'm literally going on a date right now, even though it's the dead of winter and I'm not feeling cute. Like I've had very low self-esteem this week. I don't know what it is. I think I'm spending way too much time on TikTok. TikTok makes me feel bad about myself sometimes. Like sometimes it's actually like amazing. Sorry, I like cannot talk while I'm doing this. I'm gonna slice my eye open. This past week specifically, I've actually really struggled with just imposter syndrome, but also I've just felt ugly. Like I'm just gonna lay it out there and I'm not fishing for compliments. Like I've just felt so like ugly. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just like I'm comparing myself, I think, like way too much. I am jumping around in my makeup routine like crazy. I hope you guys are following, or like doesn't matter if you are. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I have had such low self-esteem this week. I've had to like really snap myself out of it in the form of like not looking at my phone for a long time. Convincing myself like it's all in my head, and I don't know what it is. Like I just feel like so like of my friends, I feel like the ugly one in the friend group, and like it's really like something I need to talk about in therapy next week, but I don't know what it is. I think it's also just the winter. Like it's just tough in the winter, but it's hard not to compare yourself to your friends. Like I have so many friends now. Like my friends in relationships outnumber the friends of mine that aren't in relationships, or like the group of us that aren't in relationships. And I don't know why. Like I know that being in a relationship does not equate to like you are attractive because, or you're in a relationship so that must mean you're attractive or whatever. You're only in a relationship because you are attractive. But my brain keeps going to that. Like my brain keeps like flipping that switch to like, oh, this is the reason why you're single. Like this is the reason why you're single. I don't know what it is, guys. Like I have the worst time with it. Like a million people could tell me, oh, Katie, you're so pretty, whatever. And I'm not going to believe you. Like, nope, I'm going to believe the voices in my head. But I do know it's been said, and it's really important to remember, like, you can't believe everything that you think. Because a lot of times you're lying to yourself. Like, your brain lies. Your brain is a big fat liar. Your eyes lie to you, too. So it's really hard. Like, most days I don't even, like, know what I actually look like. I genuinely don't know. But anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest. Like, that's something that I've been feeling and struggling with. So if you have as well, like, I'm here for you. And dates do like boost my self-esteem sometimes. Like I think it's mostly like the feeling of going to a workout and being proud of yourself for doing something hard. Like it is like a boost of dopamine. I'm actually gonna pluck a few eyebrows. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I plucked a few brows and put on my eyeliner because I was getting stressed about doing it here, so I did it in the bathroom. But I used the Bobbi Brown long wear gel eyeliner for the eyes, the liner. And I guess like a few call outs to the products I've been using. I think a lot of them are just stuff that I've used in like a lot of past videos, but I do love the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation. A little goes a long way. I love it. It is a little bit dark. Actually, it might be my color right now because I have a little bit of like remnants of self tanner. Love this. And then I use the Bobbi Brown Skin Concealer Stick in beige for my concealer, but I also sometimes use the NARS Radiant Creamy. This one's like lighter. I don't know. My makeup is just like whatever I'm feeling in a given day, as many people's is, but yeah. What next? What are we doing next? I am putting on mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift, the TikTok famous telescopic lift, and I actually really like it. It's like two-sided, so you use the flat side first and then you use the curved side, or like slightly bristly side. I typically do really like L'Oreal telescopic mascaras in general because I feel like they separate really well. I also like the voluminous, but you guys know I used to work there. Obviously I have to say it, can't go a whole video without saying I used to have a corporate job. People always get on me for that. They're like, Katie, that was like years ago. I'm like, yeah, but it still lives forever rent-free in my head that I worked at a beauty brand. Anyway, my eyeball is still in CVS, if you must know. Still there. If you go and look for the shimmery liquid shadows, my eye is next to it. It's called Brilliant Eyes is the product. My eyeball is still on the display, and it's been like 3 years now since I worked there. I'm also like fresh out of makeup wipes. I'm in treacherous territory. I can't fuck up because I could like use micellar, but it would require taking off my whole face. I always wonder, I'm like, when I'm at this stage of doing my makeup, I'm like, what's the guy doing right now? Like, is he like in the shower? What part of his process is he at? And what is his process? You know, what's the guy's process for getting ready for a date? Like, shower, brush their teeth, cologne, put on a nice shirt and call it a day. Is that what they do? I don't know. Maybe I should ask him and report back to the group. The liner got a little bit out of control, but like I said, I don't have makeup wipes, so I can't really like backtrack, but also it actually kind of works because it just does. It looks good. At this point, this is just for fun, just for kicks. I think if I just like view it as something casual, it will be, you know? I was putting on this nude lipstick. This is L'Oreal 800 Fairest Nude. It's my favorite nude lipstick. It's still pretty pinky. I am a little bit worried that I'm gonna have to blow my nose because winter, and it's just never cute when your nose is running. Like, you have to give it a good blow, and blowing your nose is just never an attractive thing. So you go to the bathroom and you do it. And now I'm going to just touch up my hair, throw my dress on. I will show you guys what I'm gonna wear. I got this makeup bag from Summer Fridays and it's really cute. It's sold out right now, this color, but they're coming back with this blush pink color. Highly recommend. And they have a wait list. I'm pretty sure you can get on their wait list, but it fits so much stuff. Like, this is all my makeup, and I have another one, like a tan version, that I have all of my skincare in. Okay, so I'm wearing this dress. I've worn it before to not a date, but a dinner. I just love the color. I think it's really a good neckline. Doesn't like show a lot of boobage, you know, no boobage showing, but a good neckline, good color. The hair, I actually decided just to like keep it as is, put a little dry shampoo in, but I kind of like it just like slightly more muted curls, I guess. So I'm wearing this. I'm gonna put some boots on, high boots. It's really cold. I wear these like every day in the winter, I feel like. 50/50 Stuart Weitzman boot. The dress is from this brand called ASTR. I think I wore this in like 2 vlogs ago. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited and it's gonna be good. Character development regardless. I'm trying to be gentle with myself, just trust the timing, trust the process, not skip any chapters, just be comfortable in this time of my life, have fun. Like, I'm gonna see my friends later tonight, and like, even if this goes to shit, like, I'll still have fun tonight. And it's just all a part of the process. I know what I deserve, but I also know that like, I'm better off alone versus like being in something that isn't right, or like trying to force something to happen. Like, I'm still gonna try. I'm a trier by nature. Like, people are gonna say like, oh, Katie, just be single for a while, do this. You know what? It's whatever. You guys can tell me a million things. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and I feel like this, like going on dates, is challenging myself in a very good way, and also showing myself that I'm trying. Like, it's not for lack of trying, it's just because it's not my time yet, and it's okay. Like, I'm trusting the timing, trusting the process, and knowing that it'll work for me when it works. Like, I want a companion in life, like I do, sue me, but it's okay if he's just not ready to emerge. It's not that chapter yet. We're at a good part. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love my life right now. Like, things are going great, but we're not at like that part yet. Like, that chapter hasn't happened yet, and it's okay. Like, you can't control that. You can't control it, and it's hard because I'm a control freak, I think. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and you guys can hear about how the date goes in my podcast, Match Made in Manhattan. I'm gonna talk about it next week. So, all right, guys, wish me luck.